We're on to day 3 of our South African safari at Umlani Bushcamp. After getting zero sleep in the treehouse last night, we were very excited to be picked up by our ranger at 6 a.m. this morning. They were so kind and had coffee and biscuits waiting for us in the car, and then we went straight out onto our first game drive of the day, and almost immediately we were surrounded by this giant herd of elephants making their way to the waterhole. I've been so surprised over the past few days at how many elephants there are in this reserve and also how many baby elephants there are. It's been so fun to watch the playful little ones interacting with others in the herd. After the elephants left the waterhole, we went off on a madman chase to find a couple of wild dogs, which are endangered and normally are pretty hard to find. We had quite the eventful game drive this morning and pretty much saw every animal except a lion. We found this herd of buffalo, we saw some more elephants, which I will never get tired of seeing. We saw some zebras, and finally we got to be up close with a leopard. The leopard was the last of the big 5 animals that we hadn't seen yet, and it was actually the only leopard that we saw during our entire 5-day safari, so it just made it so much more special to sit up close next to it. Eventually we made it back to Umlani camp for breakfast, which was very refreshing to be back after being in the treehouse all night, but I will say we started to crash after breakfast, so we did take the day pretty slow. I spent most of the afternoon at the bush bar and deck area until lunch was served at 2 p.m, and it's like the elephants knew that we were waiting for them, because all of a sudden they showed up at the waterhole across the riverbed during lunch, and it really made us feel so lucky to be eating lunch in South Africa with wild elephants right there. But after watching the elephants for quite a bit, we were off on our second game drive of the day. Started off strong with this beautiful giraffe walking right in front of our car, and then we got to sit next to all of these hippos in the water. A fun fact that we learned is that hippos are actually the most dangerous animal in Africa to humans, which is really interesting. I will say though that the highlight of this afternoon drive was encountering this group of lions called the Giraffe Pride. At first we only saw a few of them sitting in the road, but then our ranger was able to bring us up close to these animals as they were making their way across the reserve, and they all follow each other in a line. And the best part of it all is that at one point we had maybe 20 lions sitting right next to our car, completely unfazed by us as humans or even the car. Some of the lions were playing, some were cleaning their fur, some were resting, and eventually they all just got up to keep making their way across the reserve. Once all the lions had left, we drove about a mile away for our nightly sundowner in the bush, and on our way back to camp we were able to find some wild dogs who had just killed an impala and were fighting off a bunch of hyenas that were all around trying to steal the food from the wild dogs. Our first 2 days of safari were incredible, but I have to say that day 3 I think was my favorite so far.